If only you guys understood what I'm about to go through for today, and you guys actually apply everything that I go through and show you guys, your lives will change forever. I absolutely promise you. $53,000 to be exact is how much I've collected between my consulting and my agency in the past 10 days. It's currently the 10th of February, 2026. I've never made this much money in a span of just 10 days. In a span of a month, yes, of course, I've crossed over 52,000, but in a span of just 10 days, I've never made this much amount of money for my consulting and my agency put together. And I'm about to show you and explain to you guys the exact reason why I was able to do it and why today, literally screenshots will show over here, wherever my editor puts. There's no doubt in my mind that I was able to cross this goal, this milestone. That's why as we're speaking right now, I'm not surprised, I'm not shocked. I'm not so joyful to the point where I can't stop talking. Like, no, I knew this was gonna happen. And I'll explain to you exactly how my subconscious mind was able to generate me $50,000 in the span of 10 days. So this was done by the subconscious mind. Now, the reason why the subconscious mind is so important is because without it, you're drifting. You're drifting away. You're not going where you want to be. For me to be able to better explain to you guys how to apply this in your own life, I first have to explain to you guys the difference between the conscious and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is constantly aware of what you're doing. The conscious mind is constantly planting seeds into your subconscious mind. For example, your conscious mind has specific thought patterns. When you have a thought, or when you say something to yourself on a day-to-day basis, that is what enters your subconscious mind. Consciously, what you're doing and what you're saying and how you're behaving will dictate long-term how your reality unfolds. Let me give you an example. If you wake up and you look at a coach or you look at one of your competitors making 100K a month, 200K a month, and you constantly think to yourself, maybe not out loud, but you think to yourself, oh, I can't get there. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, that's way too much. How can I ever compete? You know what's happening is consciously what you're saying out loud, you're now planting seeds of doubt and seeds of low confidence into your subconscious mind, which is why the first step and the first pillar is audit all that you say. Audit every single word, every single thought pattern in your own mind, and you'll notice how oftentimes you actually go against what you want out of life. So many people say, I want to get in shape, I want to make the money, I want to make this, I want to make that, I want to get this car, but consciously, they're not being the person they want to be. Consciously, you're going against your subconscious mind. And every single time you say these kind of thoughts, these kind of words, the kind of stuff where it's like, oh, maybe I can't do it. Oh, maybe I'm not destined for it. Every single time you say those things, it enters into your subconscious mind. And that's the main difference. The main difference is you understanding everything you consume, everything you say, everything you speak, everything you think enters your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is what directs you in life. No matter what anyone says, guys, listen here right now, no matter what anyone says, the way you perceive yourself and the way you behave is all because of your subconscious mind. Because your subconscious mind is the one that dictates the behavior patterns. It's the one that dictates what actions you take. When you wake up in the morning, and whether you snooze the alarm or whether you go through on the day and you wake up and you conquer the morning, your subconscious mind is the one that dictates in that exact moment from your prefrontal cortex is the one that dictates what actions you actually take. So you have to be able to understand and distinguish between the two. Now, these are core pillars that I live by. When I say core pillars, I mean if you're in my one-to-one mentorship for coaching, or you know me as a friend or as a family friend, whatever it might be, or you've been following me long enough on Instagram, these are the core pillars that I live by. And without them, my subconscious mind would not be wired the way it is right now. The only way I was able to make the kind of money that I was just talking about, the 50K in the past 10 days, if not 53K point something, the only way I was able to do so is because I live by these tenets. Number one is wake up early. No matter what anyone says, wake up early. Wake up early, 5 a.m., 5:30, 6 a.m. Wake up before most people do. When you wake up ahead of your competition, you have this sense of confidence. You have that sense of invigoration. Not be acting the way I do now or the way I do on my client calls, or I would not be able to lead my team if it wasn't for the fact that you wake up early ahead of your competition. You're able to gain that competitive edge that other people don't have, you understand? And there's such a strong power when you're working out, when you're working, and you know that many people, most people in your industry are actually sleeping where you're at. Do you understand the competitive edge that you actually get once you wake up and you're doing those things, once you're working while other people aren't working? And not just that, but it's so good for your testosterone production, which I won't get too much into detail. It's so healthy for your mind. When you wake up at those times, you feel ahead of yourself. Do me a favor, tomorrow, set an alarm for 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. Wake up, drink a cup of coffee, preferably in a G mug cup if you have, if not, I understand. Once you drink that coffee, ask yourself, how do you feel? Grab a pen and paper, go pull your journal out, write down, how do do you feel? Maybe I'm a bit tired, maybe I'm a bit this, a bit that. Take a cold shower, then tell me how you feel. You feel like you're on top of the world. You cannot lead yourself and your business unless you feel like you're on top of the world first. That is the number one core tenet. Wake up early. The second one is track everything. Make it impossible in life and business and personal life to not win. If you want to get in shape, if you want to get a six-pack abs, if you want to get a performance car, if you want to get a $30,000 watch on your wrist, a $20K watch on your wrist, if you want to make a business making you $100K a month, which by the way, I have all the things I've listed, and it's not because I'm saying this to flex. I'm saying this because I want to show you I've tracked the numbers behind every single thing. So data is so important. For example, let's say you want to make 50K a month from your coaching industry. Reverse engineer how much 50K is per month. Okay, cool. Let's say 12K or whatever it might be, the math might be. Okay, cool. So you know it's about 12K, give or take. Okay, now that you know the exact numbers it takes, split it up on a day-to-day basis. Say, well, okay, look, if it takes me 12K per week for me to make 50K a month, this takes me X amount of cash collected per day. Now, what you have to do is you have to reverse engineer, okay, if you've posted this type of content, educational, credibility, personal, whatever it might be, and it generated you this amount of followers, this amount of likes, this amount of comments, and these amount of followers equaled this amount of inbound leads or this amount of actual DM conversations. And from the 50 conversations you've had, you've proposed calls on 4 of them. From the 4 proposed, 2 were actually booked. So you have to start reverse engineering the goals that you have in mind by using data. The same way when it comes to like losing weight or gaining weight, you want to be able to reverse engineer your goals to the point where it becomes so hard for you not to make the money that you want to make. You want to be able to also live by another core tenet that I have, which is give back to others. Guys, be in abundance. Do not keep your money just to yourself and not want to give to anyone else. Give back to your loved ones. Give back to others. Give back to the people that birthed you. You make 10K, give 2K to your parents. Give 3K to your loved ones. That is what I live by. Pay their bills. Pay the restaurant bill. Tip heavily. Give back to your loved ones. Cover the fare for someone. Right? Or if, for example, you get an Uber, pay the extra 20%, 30%, who knows, whatever it might be. I'll make 10K in a day and I'll tip the Uber driver 40%. And you look at me with eyes like, oh my God, are you serious? I'm like, yes, brother, take it, enjoy it, it's yours. I tip so generously. I give back to all my loved ones because I know that God's gonna reward me, or the universe, or whatever you believe in, will reward you in abundance. And you have to understand that I wasn't always thinking this way. I wasn't always ruthlessly competitive the way I am now. I had to become all of these tenets. I had to become all of these different characteristic traits, and I had to absorb them in my mind and as the person I used to be back when I first started. And once I told myself, okay, cool, doesn't matter if I'm making 5K or 10K a month as a high-tech coach, whatever it might be, I'm gonna live by these core tenets. I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna track every single piece of data, what I eat, when I sleep, when I wake up. Every single hour, I'm time auditing what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. Every single hour is structured. From 8 a.m., what am I doing? 9 a.m., what am I doing? 10 a.m., 11 a.m., audit your day. Guys, you'll notice how most of your day is gone like this because you aren't auditing, you aren't actually taking into consideration to account where your time is going. Be so competitive against others. Guys, it's a dog-eat-dog kind of world. I've said this so many times. You don't make money, you take money. So every single dollar out there, you're taking from other people. You aren't making. The best example, I onboarded 7 clients this past month so far, 10 days into the month. Every single time I've onboarded them, I've asked them, which clients calls have you been on? And they've all told me different names in the industry that I know out loud. So if it wasn't for the amount of perseverance and overall just competitors that I have, they would have went with my competitor. They would have went with my competition. If they go with my competition, that's money being lost. So you have to understand, you need to be so competitive. Otherwise, the money will go towards your competitors. This is really, really important to understand. Now, a second example I want to actually talk to you guys about is for your subconscious mind to direct you to the life that you want. This is how I did it, and it's very, very simple. I listed out the core tenets that I believe in, right? Those are all the core tenets that I live by every single day. One more that I could give you is do good to others. Never screw someone over. Never do wrong by anyone. When you fulfill for someone, always make sure it's done to the best of your ability. Give it your 100%. Give it your all. Always give the best amount of results. Every single time I hop on one of my client calls, on one of my mentorship calls, I genuinely go over the hour almost every single time. If you guys are one of my mentees and you're watching this video, please leave a comment in the video to prove to others how factual this is. I'll say, yeah, this meeting is normally 45 minutes, and before you know it, it's an hour 15 and I can't stop talking. Why? Guys, you understand when you have this much passion in the game, when you have this much drive to see your mentee succeed, you'll do what it fucking takes, guys. I cannot stand these coaches out there who give the bare minimum, who won't go the extra step, who won't go the extra mile. Why would you do that to yourself? I'm after in it for the long game. I don't care how many months it takes. I'm after years, I'm after decades. That's why I'm in the space for the long run. That's why I give all to my clients. If I tell my client, yeah, we're hopping on a 45-minute call, they know it's gonna be an hour 15, an hour 30. I'm always gonna over deliver, and by default, what's gonna happen is when you over deliver, you have that brand rep. You have people that know you, that like you, that trust you, people that will hop on your DMs and say, Jerry, I already know what kind of person you are. Just let me know the price and I'll pay you through DMs. I had this happen every single week without failure. Imagine having an extra 20, 30K cash collected per month just through DMs because people know, like, and trust you already. That's exactly what's happening to me right now. And I'm telling you, if you follow exactly what I went through in this video, it'll happen to you as well. I guarantee you. Another core tenet, and this is something that some people might think it's controversial. I don't care. This is what I live by, is you need to know how to fight. As a man watching this, if your woman is different, as a man watching this, guys, pick up a martial art, boxing, judo, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, whatever it might be. Pick up a martial art, get punched in the face, learn how you react in face of adversity. I tell all the guys closest to me, if you want to be friends with me, if you want to stay in my group of circle, if you want for us to be brothers, for me to know that I have your back and you have mine, pick up a martial art and learn how to fight. I'm not joking. There's a couple names I can drop right now that are my boys, and they're all fighting right now. Jordan's a good example. My buddy Jordan's one of my day one guys. He's taking classes right now for boxing and very soon Muay Thai and wrestling. And it's all because I told him, I'm like, bro, as a man, you have to be able to defend yourself, defend your loved ones, defend others. Same with my boy Peter, which you guys see on my stories all the time. He's also doing boxing as well. These are the kind of guys I want to be by. You know why? Because when you get punched in the face long enough, you know what kind of man you are. You know when you lace those gloves up and you hear that cage close and you hear that clang between the gates and you know that the bell is about to go off and it's about to ring and you're about to touch the guy's glove right before you guys start sparring. I love that feeling. You guys know why I love that feeling? Because I trained my mind so many times where the moment I felt an ounce of fear, nervousness, anxiety, whatever it might be in that moment, I say, no, this is who I am. I love anxiety. I love the nervousness. I love the stress. I love the chaos. This is who Jerry is now. Jerry's not afraid of the bell anymore. He isn't afraid of touching gloves anymore and sparring. He lives in the trenches. He lives in the chaos. He loves this thing. How can you fucking lose, bro? How can you lose when you love the trenches, when you love the chaos? Because business is the exact same. These are all the core tenets I live by as a man. If you stay around me long enough, you'll notice how I'll start to adopt these pillars on you and your life will only get better as a man. You wake up early, you do good by others, you track everything, every diet plan, every meal plan, every training plan, every call you have, every appointment booked, every conversation, every call taken. You track every single piece of metrics, every single piece of data. You learn how to fight, and before you know what happens? You make money, you take care of your family, you know how to fight, you're abundant, you're charismatic, you're rich, you're wealthy, you're sexy, you're young. All these things are what you have to be chasing at a young age because, bro, it's fucking doable. And I'm telling you guys right now, when you start making 20K days, I made $23,000 Canadian today, which equates about what, 16K USD, 17K USD. And I'm here making a video. I'm here filming this for you guys to understand what it takes to be a man, a 1% man, what it takes to train your subconscious mind to adopt all these pillars so you can then go and make the money you want to make. Guys, do not be fooled by the lifestyle. I would not have any of these things if it wasn't for me training my subconscious mind first. All the pillars I told you, I've adopted them first long before the money came. I started fighting, fun fact, about 18 months ago, 19 months ago. I was not making the money nearly as much as I was making now. I started waking up at 5 in the morning journaling when I was making 5K a month as an appointment setter. I started taking care of my family, my parents, when I had a part-time job. I started opening doors for my boys, for women, for dates. I started being charismatic when I had nothing to my name. I used to think I was so rich internally. I trained my subconscious mind to believe that I was already rich before the money came. And that's how I attracted this life. That's how I'm going on trips like Serbia with all my friends, or going on trips like Dubai coming up on the 20th and almost moving there, going on trips like Cape Town, flying every single month to a new location. The income is only going up because I've trained my subconscious mind to do so. You have to live by these core pillars. You have to live by these core tenets. So right now what you have to do, back to what I was saying, is I train my subconscious mind to picture the exact person that I want to become. Right now, you watching, pause the video after I say this. After you listen to this, pause the video. You need to picture the exact man that you have to become. I don't care if you're making 50K a month or 5K a month. Pause the video after this and actually write this down. You have to really illustrate in your mind the exact person you want to become. I'm talking about, how do your clothes fit you? Do you have a muscular build? Or do you have a skinny build? Are you bulky? When you walk in the room, how do people greet you? How do people look at you when you walk in the room? How do you order at the restaurant? What kind of car do you drive? How is your bank balance? What kind of watch do you have on your wrist? How much money are you making per day? How much money are you making a month, per week? Where do you live? What kind of condo or house do you have? How often do you travel? How does your girlfriend look? How do your girlfriends look in general? If ever you want more, who knows? It's up to you. How does your lifestyle look? How do your parents feel about you? Guys, write all these things down. I'm telling you, this will change your life. Pause this video right now. Write all these things down to its finest. This should take you at least half an hour. It took me an hour when I first did it. Pause the video. Go through it. Half an hour minimum. Write down everything. If you don't do this, I'm telling you right now, the universe and God will not give you the life that you want, because you don't deserve it. Pause for half an hour at least and do this. Once you're done, come back to this video. Okay, cool, you're back in this video. If not, it's up to you, I can't force you. Now that you wrote exactly everything and all the experiences when it comes to your ideal life and your ideal scenario, you have all these things. You have the exact picture that you want. What I need you to do is I need you to write a day in the life. You can use ChatGPT as well if you want, and the prompt can easily be something like, hey chat, this is my exact dream life that I want. Write me in present narrative, a day in my life. Go as in-depth as possible, what I'm doing every single hour, so I can read it out loud every single day and use this as affirmation. Or you can do it the manual way and just write it down. For example, my ideal scenario, let's say, is right now making $1 million a month, living in the Maldives, in Romania, in Dubai, in Montreal, in Croatia, in Spain, all these different countries. So if I had to write in the present narrative, I would be, I'm waking up at 4:30 a.m. on the coast of Spain. I'm in a beautiful white marble villa, and before the alarm rings, I'm already up. I'm ahead of my competition. I check my account balance across all my multiple portfolios and accounts. It equates to about $25 million across all allocated capital in my investments. I have 3 different supercars outside. I have a Ferrari 458, I have a GT3 RS, and I have a SF90, which is a car that if you guys watch, if you guys know me well, you know SF90 I'm getting in the next 18 months. There's no doubt about it. Go back on this video, February 10, 2026. In 18 months, I'm pushing a Ferrari. I'm pushing a horse. First one in the family. First one in the Stecco dynasty to push SF90. You want to write this in the present narrative. Then once you have everything to its finest detail, at 6 a.m., I go and hit a workout by the pool. I do my squats, I do my lunges. By 6:45, I go and take a lap around the pool. I come back, I shower, I kiss my girlfriend hi, then I go and get to work. From 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., I'm content producing. 10 to 11, call with my accountant. 11 to 12, quick lunch meal. 12 to 1:30. You have to write down the day in the life. It's so dialed in. Write on a piece of paper. Trust me, guys, whoever's typing, piece of paper will always do you justice, okay? So you have your ideal lifestyle of what you want, then you have the ideal day in the life. Guys, every single day, at least 3 to 4 times a day, morning, mid-lunch, afternoon, evening. I do this to this day. To this day, making 6 figures a month, I do this. I read the day in the life. I read the ideal life that I want. And you guys know what happens? Every single time you read those things and you close your eyes, and for 5-10 minutes, you just sit there. You sit there and you're thinking. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You focus on your breath. What happens is you start to imagine yourself becoming this person. You start to literally imagine yourself being this person, the quality traits they have. And before you know it, you know what this does? This starts to train your subconscious mind to act on the behavior that that person 2.0 already has. If that 2.0 version of yourself is courageous, is combative, knows how to fight, is charismatic, is abundant, talks to people in a different way, is very eloquent in his finances, you know what's gonna happen? Is you're gonna start adopting those behavioral patterns. Guys, I'm telling you, picture the exact life that you want. Write down the exact day in the life of what your 2.0 version of yourself is living by. Write it down on a piece of paper. Read through it 4 times a day. Close your eyes, imagine it. Let the sensations go through your body. I do this to this day. And then your subconscious mind will start to act on the exact life that you want. And your conscious mind will make decisions, actions, and make thought behaviors, and they will dictate the kind of reality you want. Do this for long enough, your life will change forever. Because right now, you're here. You want to get to there. This bridge is what you have to be able to slowly shorten more and more and more and more. And the only way to do so is by doing actions repeated over and over and over and over again, to the point where that bridge becomes so short, you have the dream life right there. I knew I was going to get this car. I have videos of me driving my mom's car 2 years ago, Or me taking the bus 3 years ago or 4 years ago, talking about how I would push M at one point. I would repost reels, videos on Instagram of BMWs. Now I'm at the point now where I don't even look at BMWs anymore. I'm on to the next one. I'm on to the Ferrari. I'm on to the horses. That's what I love the most. I love a horse, bro. I love pushing Ferraris. SF90 is my goal now, like I said. But there's levels to it. Visualize it in your mind. Execute. I'll leave you guys with these 3 core tenets. This is something that Hermosi told me, something that Charlie Morgan told me, something that all my mentors told me. It goes as the following. Do these 3 things. Figure out what you want in life. Remove anyone and everyone around you that takes you off your path, and do so much work. Do so much volume, so much effort, so much action that it becomes impossible for the universe not to grant you the exact life that you want. Guys, it's been a pleasure. As always, leave a like, leave a comment. Text me on Instagram at StekoGP, STCKOGP. I love to hear what you guys think about these kind of videos. I love making these kind of videos. As always, guys, remain abundant and stay blessed. Let's fucking go. Catch you guys soon. Happy 2026. Peace.